Not to be dramatic, but these press-on nails are actually gonna change your life. So let me tell you all of the things that I do in these. I'm a mom, I make sourdough, I am a hairstylist. I do so many things that abuse nails. And these press-on nails, they hold up. They are GLAMNETIC. I'm not sure why I haven't tried press-on nails earlier. I think when I used to try them, they were just kind of flimsy. They never fit my nails. I have really short nail beds. But now they're making them really good. Like, these have an amazing shape to them. They fit perfectly and seamlessly in my nail bed. They look super realistic. I was spending like over $100 a month to go to the nail salon. I'm not doing that anymore. I was trying doing my own nails, and that is really fun. I just love being creative, but those take so much time. So I think the main benefit for me of using these press-on nails is that they're really quick to do. I don't have to spend hours away from my family just locked in my room trying to do my own nails. Like, it's really fun, but it's also like, not realistic. I don't know if you've seen all the ads about these nails, but they actually do hold up 2.5 to 3 weeks for me before they start popping off. And that is incredible. And the fact that they look like salon nails, like, that's amazing. Like, all the shaping that I was doing on my own, like, this just takes so much time out of it. It takes probably like 10 minutes. It's just incredible. And then the benefit of using these instead of doing your own nails is, like, if you're trying to do like intricate designs and things like that, that takes so long to learn. And it's just so many different steps. It takes a long time to do too, even if you are good at it. I feel like with beauty product reviews, there's just a lot of like hype about the product and it's so great, it's so amazing. But for me, I want to know, like, is this going to work in my daily life? Is this actually going to become a part of my routine, or am I just wasting time? Like, it's not just about the money for me. Yes, these are only like $19 or like $15 to $20 depending on which style. That's amazing. I don't want to spend $100 at the salon anymore. But for me, I also want to know that it's going to be something I actually like to do. It's actually something that rivals salon quality. And it's something that I'm actually working into my daily life. That is the key right there. So let's try these on together. Let me do a demo for you. I'll tell you everything I like about it while I'm doing it. I'll also let you know some of the cons. Thanks for watching. The first thing I'm going to do is just size everything. And when I size it, I want to make sure that it covers like wall to wall, but as small as possible without it pulling. I actually did it a little bit smaller than I should have one time, and it pulled my nails and it hurt really bad. It didn't ruin them or anything. It just like took maybe overnight for them to not be sore. So make sure they're not having to like stretch over your nail. So I got the short almond. And as I'm putting these on, I'm noticing how long they are. And I cannot wear long nails like that. And I think the reason they're so long on me is because I just have kind of shorter nail beds. So they stick out quite a bit past the natural nail. So I'm just going to customize them. So this one fits pretty good, but I kind of have to smush it down to get the right fit. And I know that that will probably be sore later. So this is something I might use, but I might try it on this one. I might use that one on here. And then what I also like to do is kind of pre-stretch it a little bit, just so it does not stretch my nail. I'd say the longest part of this process is just finding the correct sizes and making sure to take your time doing that so that they're comfortable. I think the prep is probably the most important thing that you could do to make sure that they get that full 3 weeks of wear. I'm able to get 3 weeks of wear out of them, which I think is amazing because I'm a mom of 4, I'm making sourdough, I'm a hairstylist, so I'm cutting hair all the time. My hands are always in water, always in things that are just not good for nails. So they hold up really good considering. And one thing I've noticed is I don't have lifting the way I do with when I do my own like poly gel or builder gel nails. I don't have lifting so soon like I do toward the end. Just like, if I were to get it done professionally, but like with my poly gel or builder gel nails, I have lifting just way too soon. And I do the same prep. So It might just be cheap product or something, I don't know. But at least this is like cheap and it works really well, lasts a really long time. So I'm loving these nails. I'm also obsessed with all the different styles that they have. I don't know why I haven't tried press-on nails sooner. I feel like the last time I tried press-on nails, they just kind of felt cheap and flimsy. But now they're making them so good. They have like an amazing curve to them and a little apex, and like the sizing is better. I always had trouble with sizing because I have like really small nails and it's almost like I need kid sizes or something. But these have so many different size choices that it will fit anyone. It's awesome. Like me and my sister share them and she gives me all her extras. And we could kind of get, 2 people to use the same exact set. So that's kind of nice. One thing that I want to make sure that I do is get all of the debris off, because that will affect like how well the adhesive lasts and how well it actually works. So I'm going to just use this little brush to scrape everything off. And then next I just buff up the nail just to give the adhesive something to stick to. I'm using the rough side. They give you this little thing, but I'm not always a big fan of like free included tools, so I just kind of use my own. Then I'll use their alcohol pad to just wipe off any excess, because again, that's just the key to making everything work really well and stay for a long time. Now you're gonna notice my nails have a little bit of damage. And that's because I've been doing my own nails with polygel and or builder gel. And basically what happens is I start getting impatient and I just rip them off. So that's why I was like, okay, I'm gonna try using these press-on nails, because I don't have time to drill my nails off all the time. And so it has a remover that I can use to take the nails off. And I'll be honest, it's not a quick process and it's not super easy to do. I'll show you that process later if you're interested, just to make sure that this is something that you want to invest in. Putting the nails on is super easy, but just like most of the different nail options that you have of doing it yourself, you have to be super patient with it. So at the end of this video, I'll show you the removal process if you want to check that out. So we buffed them, we put the alcohol, we push back the cuticles, everything is nice and clean. So now we're going to apply. So this is the same glue that it came with. I just got the bigger version because it has a brush, and so it just makes it a little easier to apply. So I'm going to use that. And this is my sister's idea, but she does all of these nails first and leaves these 2 for the end so that she could actually work with her fingers while she's putting the rest on. So I'm gonna start with my pinky, and I like to start at the end here and work my way up just so I'm not flooding. That's probably a little too much. And then I'm gonna take my pinky one, and I'm also gonna put glue on that. This glue is really good. You don't have to cure it, and it stays put. So I really enjoy working with it. So the first thing I'm going to do is slide this back and then press down. So I'm going to slide it back as far as possible. That's how it looks like it's just really growing out of the nail, which I love. And then I just hold it for 20 seconds, I think. This is the sugar glaze. They're super shiny and pretty, but I can see my natural nail under, which isn't my favorite, but still cute. I'm just making sure to press on the sides, because that's going to be the areas that don't adhere as well. And then, because they're super long, I'm going to customize them, and I'll show you that in a minute. One thing I love about the GLAMNETIC brand in particular too is there are so many styles that I would just choose myself, but it would take way too long to learn. And sometimes it's just a nice break. I love doing my own nails, and I love learning how to create new designs and things like that, but then I won't do anything if I don't have time to do it. So this is just really good for like in between doing my own nails. But also I just love them so much that I think I'm going to use them more than doing my own nails, because I just had my 4th baby, so I don't always have time to like do that stuff. I'm going to do that one last, actually. Well, I already put the glue on, so now I have to do it. But I was trying to leave those for last. Just as a mom, it's just kind of nice to have, you don't always have time to get ready in the morning, but if you have time once a week, You can do these little things like this that last a while, and it's just something that you could always look at and be like, okay, I'm kind of put together still. Or not even once a week, sorry, once every 3 weeks. They'll last a while. So I'm gonna leave my thumb and then start on the other side. I wrecked that thumbnail last time I was taking my nails off. Gotta be patient. But if we're not, it's okay, we'll just put a new set on. Why did I put that pointer finger on? Did not even listen to myself. I feel like you can't mess these nails up too. They have such a good shape to them. If you don't put them on perfectly, they still look good for weeks. It's amazing. Oh, I also want to say too, when I first saw these nails, I was like, super excited about it. And I'm always super excited about new beauty products. But I have to say that I've used these, I think my 3rd set now, and I'm hooked. Every day with them is easy. And they have so many styles that you're never going to get bored, which I really appreciate because it's just so fun to like switch out styles all the time. Yeah, but like I was saying before, I discovered in my 30s that I actually really like having my nails done. And so my husband was like, well, go get your nails done. And then so I was spending $100 a month. And I'm like, I just don't want to do that. I appreciate the nail people so much. They're amazing, but I just feel bad leaving my family that long in doing that. But it seemed like all the other options were like, well, it's just not going to look as good. And for me, I'm just one of those people like, if I'm going to do it, like I want it to look good. So then I was doing my own nails and I spent hours perfecting it. I was able to do the designs that I really liked doing, but it took me hours. And I'm like, well, now I'm away from my family again, even though it's a lot cheaper. It's super cheap to do your nails at home, but it still takes forever. And then you're having to drill them off. And then sometimes I can't even have time for that. So this eliminates a lot of those issues, and I'm blown away by the way that they look, the shape of them. Always a perfect, consistent shape. It's just awesome. They're designing them so good now. So I think I'm going to be a press-on person for the foreseeable future because it just hits all the buttons for me. I want to try the other brands as well, like the Curve Life. I got some Curve Life ones that I want to try. This color though is so cool. It's like chrome, see-through, or transparent, I guess a better word. Chrome, transparent, so pretty. I probably should have picked something different when I have damaged nails, but and what's cool about these is I had a design before that was way too long like this, and you can file them and reshape them, and it doesn't ruin it because there's just a bunch of layers, I think, of actual gel. So you're able to customize them without actually ruining the nail. So I'm going to do that as soon as I get this one on. So I'm going to show you how I customize them real quick. Instead of filing them down, I'm just going to start by trimming them to where I want it. And this is going to be the tallest point. So I'm going to have to trim down the sides in order to keep that almond shape. So I'm just trying to figure out right now where I want the tallest point. And I definitely want it considerably shorter. So that should be good. We'll see. I should really get one of those like curved nail clippers for this, but it's okay for now. They're really strong, as you can see, but I can just hold my nail while I do it just to make sure it's strong. So once I've trimmed the length, now I'm going to start shaping them, but I'm still going to use the trimmer so that I'm not just filing and taking forever. So I'm just going to start to put that shape in, and then I'll use the filing to dial it in. Now GLAMNETIC also has a bunch of different sizes and shapes, but this is a newer design, so they don't have quite as many. That's why I ordered the almond and I didn't, or the short almond instead of, I usually like to wear like the short oval, and I could make it an almond shape just because my nail beds are so short. But they have a bunch of different sizes, but since it's a newer style, they don't quite have all the styles or all the sizes and shapes available yet. So I think with time they will, but they're very customizable, so that is just amazing. Now I'm going to go in with my file and start putting the shape in. Look, I'm not the best at shaping, but we do okay. And I'm just being kind of careful, trying to go on the edge of the nail and not on the top. Even though the design is pretty durable, I'm trying to go like on the bottom and then maybe like straight on the edge, but not on the top of the nail, just to try to preserve it as best I can. And then if you have like a sensory issue with the way it feels after you file it, you can just put a clear coat on top of everything and cure that, and it'll be nice and soft on the edges and everything. I always check the back for the shape too. I feel like because I'm like, I cannot use my left hand. I know I can maneuver my right hand good, so I pretty much just like use this for accuracy instead of trying to perfectly use this left hand. It's like super hard for me. So I just kind of use my right hand since I know I can move that. Look at that. Even with filing it, nothing gets loosened at all. The glue is really good. And I think that's why it's so hard to take off. But I think the key is just waiting for the right time to take them off. Right around 2.5 to 3 weeks is a good time. Even if they can last longer, I wouldn't, because then they start to rip off because they're getting like kind of loose, and then they'll start to rip off and then damage your nail. Okay, so they're all done. And then what I'm gonna do throughout the time that I'm wearing these is just basically buff the top really lightly. It doesn't ruin the design, which is amazing. So I'll buff the top really lightly, and then I'll do a clear coat every week. And that's how I get them to stay like looking nice and shiny and actually looking good for the full 3 weeks. So yeah, stick around if you want to see what the removal process looks like. So I'm about 10 minutes in, and it's still really difficult to get these off. I'm trying to be patient. I'm watching a little show, trying not to ruin my nails. But as you can see, like, it's going to cause like a little bit of damage. And that's just maybe from my nail. I think I did a really good prep. That could be the reason too. But I am giving it time. I'm continuing to put the dissolvent down in there, like separating the nail, putting the dissolvent down in there so that it continues to work its way down so I can loosen it and lift it off. And I'm just using this wood tool to kind of wedge in and kind of twist it a little bit, not like rip it off, but just kind of wedge and encourage it to open up a little bit. It's super hard for me to be patient, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do some trimming while it's sitting on there. So this is my second time removing them, and the first time went about the same. I tried to be a little bit more patient this time because, you know, like when you first do it, it's hard to be patient. You just want to get them off so you can get your new ones on. But I'm trying to be patient. It's still difficult. I do not see any way that I would be able to reuse these nails. It says like you can reuse them, I think that's one of them. I don't see a way. But hey, maybe I'm doing something wrong. But usually I'm kind of like over the style by the time I'm changing them out anyway. And I think one of the cool parts about doing press-on nails is that you can change out the style so often. I just want to be really honest about this process too, because this is like, it could be a deterrent to you for doing press-on nails, but honestly, so what I have been doing is my own nail. I've been sculpting my own nails, like doing poly gel and doing builder gel, and those are pretty much just as difficult to remove. I need to use a drill, takes just as long. So the removal process, even if it is the same, the sculpting process and design process of doing it yourself is so much longer. So I still absolutely appreciate the press-on nails. And plus, I think I'll get better at it with time too.